Yes, Friday night. This is a great Friday night song. Shelley Winter Show live, local, topical, and relevant, ladies and gentlemen. Going to talk about the shutdown. Recent polling is showing, early polling, national surveys taken in the final days of September and the first day of the shutdown. It's the first day of the shutdown, right? So let's not read too much into it, but I want to give you the news. According to a Washington Post poll conducted on October 1st, the first day of the shutdown, found 47% of U.S. adults blame Trump and the Republicans in Congress, while 30% blame Democrats. 23% said they're not sure. Survey found that independents blame Trump and the Republicans over Democrats by 50-22. That is something to be concerned with. 1/3 of Republicans were either unsure who to blame, 25%, or blame their own party, 8%. So we've got to pay attention that a New York Times Siena poll taken in late September found that blaming both sides equally for a shutdown was the most popular answer. That's the answer I've been giving. If you've been listening to this show all week long, I'm telling you who's to blame, both sides. And according to New York Times Siena poll, 33% of registered voters is the most popular answer. They choose both sides. 26% would blame Trump and the Republicans. 19% blame Democrats. 21% said they hadn't heard enough to say. A poll by Marist, PBS News, and NPR in late September found that 38% would blame Republicans, while 27% said they'd blame Democrats. Another 31% said they'd blame both. That's the poll I've been paying attention to. Morning Consult poll taken in late September. 45% of registered voters said they'd blame Republicans in Congress for a shutdown. 32% they said they blamed Democrats. 16% had no opinion. 7% chose other. Independents blamed Republicans 41-24 over the Democrats. This is to be concerning to the Republican Party. I keep telling you guys. I personally blame both sides. I think they're both wrong. They keep kicking the can down the road. Their only job is to balance the budget. That's their job. We send them money, you balance the budget. You cut spending, reduce the deficit, and balance the budget. Balance the budget being the first thing. If you can't do that, you're not doing your job. So I blame both of them. But it should be concerning to Republicans, and it should be concerning to those Republican candidates running statewide, particularly in these elections coming up in Jersey for governor and Virginia for governor and New York mayor. It should be concerning to them that the polling is showing people are blaming Trump and the Republicans. Republicans we've got to figure this out. And it's no about, yes, if you listen to our side, you will hear them tell you about the illegal immigration and illegal immigrants and all that. And that's all true. It is true. But the people aren't getting that message because for the people, they're just like, you could fix that. You should be able to fix that. It should be very easy to fix that. And shutting down the government is not a good look. And it's really, and let me tell you, if this thing lasts next week, 10 days, something like that, we'll start to feel it in our everyday lives, in different aspects of our everyday lives. Right now, we're not going to feel it. Checks will be still, welfare checks, Social Security checks, all that will still go out. But what's going to happen when people start to see it, what people are really mad at is the fact that you came to us 6-7 months ago, said, hey, we're going to do a CR, we'll fix it in September. September's here, and now you're doing another one. That's what people are mad about. We're not mad at the shutdown per se. We're mad at the fact that you're dragging it out and you keep pushing the can down the road. That's why people are blaming the people in charge. And it's going to impact us. I know people like to say we've got short memories. Voters don't really have short memories like that because they're reminded around election time of the things that happened in the past. That's what advertising is to do. I blame both sides. You could give me all the talking points you want to why it's the Democrats' fault. On the ground where I sit, it's both of their fault. Get it together, guys. No budget. No pay. Say it after me. No budget, no pay. No budget, no pay. No budget, no pay. And let me tell you what that means. That doesn't mean you don't get paid now, and when the government opens back up again, you get your back pay. No, it means if you can't pass a budget, you don't get paid. The money never comes to you. Now, some of these highfalutin 20, 30-year veteran politicians, they don't need it. But those young ones, they need every dime. No budget, no pay. Start calling your congresspeople, start calling your U.S. Senate offices, and tell them you want no budget, they get no pay. Not they get back pay, they get no pay. So if the thing goes on a week, you lose a week's pay, period. Just like every working American does when they can't go to work for a week. Hey, I can't show up to work today in my hourly job. Okay, well, when you show back up, you'll start getting paid again. Same for you, Congress. You're no different than us. You tell us that every time you run. You put on your little shirts, unbuttoned at the top, roll up your sleeves. You want to look like a regular American? Well, no budget, no pay. Because that's what happens to regular Americans who don't do the job they've been hired to do. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. It's the Shelley Winter Show. We will be right back.